To date, RMC has converted 13 unpopular roller coasters into the most popular coaster at their parks. So here are 10 roller coasters that could become the next project for RMC and the biggest draw at their respective park. Number 10, WILDCAT Hershey Park. I think it's safe to say that we all know something will happen to this coaster sooner than later. As a matter of fact, I would really be shocked if converting WILDCAT into a hybrid coaster isn't Hershey's next coaster. Not only am I going to share with you which coasters I think need to be converted into a hybrid, I'm also going to share with you why this move would benefit each park. And for WILDCAT and Hershey, a hybrid coaster would benefit the park because this would give Hershey a top 3 coaster lineup here in America. The park currently offers 4 wooden coasters, so there's really no need for WILDCAT anymore. Number 9, HURLER Carowinds. The year is 2022, and HURLER is still just as rough as it once was. So Cedar Fair, what are you doing? Because it's time. And besides, Ferry could really use a new neighbor. If this would happen, I don't see it offering the same layout as Twisted Timbers. How this would benefit the park. Winterfest is by far the biggest event at Carowinds, and during the event, the Thrill Zone section is open. But the only issue with this is that there's no major rides open in this area, so it's never busy. And if the park would open HURLER, it would probably valley. And I think we know why Ferry doesn't operate, and Drop Tower could open, but unfortunately it doesn't. If HURLER would be converted into a hybrid, then this is the anchor attraction for this section of Carowinds for their Winterfest event. And of course, this move would also really balance out Carowinds' top heavy coaster lineup. Number 8, Wild Beast Canada's Wonderland. I see RMC doing some very unique things with this layout. If this were to happen, I definitely see the coaster focusing on airtime and out-of-your-seat transitions over a bunch of inversions and quick transitions. Mix all of that in with 1 or 2 inversions, and you're looking at the best roller coaster to ever be built in Canada. How this would benefit the park. Canada's Wonderland is filled with OK coasters, and then the 3 B&Ms, and then you have Vortex. So really, no ejector airtime, let alone intense roller coasters, can be found at Canada's Wonderland. A coaster like this would bring another strong standout ride to the most visited seasonal park here in North America. Come on, Canada's Wonderland, you know it's time to do something with this coaster. For the next wooden roller coaster on this list, we head to one of the most beautiful theme parks in the world. Number 7, Stampedia, located at Port Aventura. This coaster features the perfect problem for RMC. A large racing wooden coaster intertwining with a smaller family wooden coaster. Just imagine RMC transforming the racing coaster into just one massive new ride, and then converting Tomahawk, the family wooden coaster, into one of their new family hybrid coasters. How this would benefit the park. 2 new coasters that would be 1,000 times better than the rides they replaced. And it's obvious that Port Aventura is past due for their next roller coaster, which means I think we have to keep our eyes focused on Stampedia and Tomahawk going forward. Next up is the first of a few coasters on the list that I would say it's about damn time for an RMC conversion. Number 6, Boss, Six Flags St. Louis. If this would ever happen, I think we could be looking at a top 3 coaster within the Six Flags chain. I personally love the layout that Boss offers, and know that RMC could transform this into a top 10 coaster in the entire world. That's of course if Six Flags wanted to spend around $10 to $12 million on this project. How this would benefit the park. I think it's kind of obvious that Six Flags St. Louis is in desperate need of a new coaster, and converting Boss would bring a new major coaster to the park that wouldn't break the bank either. So in my opinion, it's a win-win for Six Flags St. Louis. Just imagine the buzz that the park would get if this would get built. You're talking people all around the world traveling to the Show Me State to take on this airtime-filled coaster. Number 5. GRIZZLY, California's Great America. Just like the Boss, why exactly hasn't this happened yet? While I have not ridden Great America's awesome looking wooden coaster, if you really want to call it that, because we know it kind of stinks, I have heard that it's one of the worst ones out there. I do, however, still think that converting GRIZZLY into a hybrid is still on the table. And there's a lot of unique things that RMC can do with this layout. How this would benefit the park. You have Railblazer, Gold Striker, and now this, which would create a very solid top 3. And then you have Flight Deck, Patriot, and Demon. And when you add all of those coasters together, it creates a pretty good lineup. Now, you might not have heard about this next roller coaster before, but I assure you that if RMC got their hands on this, big things would happen. Number 4, Anaconda, located at Walligator Grand, and I think that's how you pronounce it. Originally opening in 1989, Anaconda offers one of the most intriguing layouts for an RMC conversion. As you can see, there isn't a whole lot with the ride's current layout. But just imagine RMC adding around 40 feet to the height, making this new hybrid around 160 feet tall. Then, the rest of the layout featuring some larger airtime hills and Outward Bank hills. How this would benefit the park. The last new coaster the park added was in 2010, and that was a relocated B&M inverted coaster that's actually a clone of Raptor at Cedar Point. So adding a new hybrid would be a cost-effective way to get a boost of attendance for years to come. Number 3, THUNDERCOASTER, located at Tusenford. And again, I apologize if I mispronounced the name of these parks. This is a Vekoma coaster that first opened in 2001 and features over 3,000 feet of track. Just watching this POV and looking at the aerial views of this coaster's layouts, I can just see what RMC could do with this coaster. That, plus the ride being located in and around a decent amount of trees, really could make this one special project. How this would benefit the park. It appears that this park is landlocked, so converting their not so great wooden coaster is a real possibility. Even if the park added new Gravity Group Timberliner trains for the 2015 season for this coaster. In my opinion, this should and could still happen. Number 2, Coaster Express, located at Park Warner Madrid. This is one of 5 coasters that the wonderful company RCCA, which stands for Roller Coasters Corporation America, built for us. So I think we all need to pray to whoever we believe in and be thankful that there are only 5 of these piece of crap coasters ever built. Here are some stats to tease you a little bit. The length is 4,574 feet, and the lift hill has a height of 120 feet. This could easily become one of the largest RMC hybrids ever built. How this would benefit the park. It's obvious that this park has their eyes set on a new Intamin LSM coaster in 2023. And all I have to say is, it's about time this park is adding a new major coaster. So I predict that this new coaster, depending on the layout, will give this very nice looking park a huge boost of attendance. Then, a few short years later, the park would call RMC. Now, before I share the number 1 wooden coaster that needs RMC, I wanted to give you 2 wildcard predictions first. And those would be MONSTRE at La Ronde. Will this park ever get some love? Serious question. How this would benefit the park. This coaster has a very promising layout for a hybrid coaster and could easily become the best one in Canada if built. American Eagle, Six Flags Great America. While Goliath is right next door, this is Six Flags we're talking about. How this would benefit the park. It's hard to imagine that a park that offers one of the best coaster lineups ever doesn't offer a single top 10 worthy coaster, and this could change that. And now, for the roller coaster that needs RMC the most. Number 1, Magnus Colossus, located at Terra Mythica. This coaster has been standing but not operating now for a few years at a park that is actually really nice looking, but severely lacks a star attraction, and a park that could head in the wrong direction very soon. How this would benefit the park. The setting of this coaster alone would make for one of the best looking RMCs ever built and some new wild elements. A coaster like this could keep this park going in a positive direction for years to come. What I'm thinking is a longer, taller, and more insane layout than Iron Rattler located at Fiesta, Texas. Now, if the park doesn't do this, sadly, I don't know if it's going to be around in 10 years from now. And that is why this is my #1 coaster, in my opinion, that needs RMC. So there you have it. 10 roller coasters, 12 including my wild cards, that desperately need RMC to come in and work their magic. Any coasters that I forgot to mention that you feel as if should have been on this list, let me know in the comments. Also, please give the video a like and don't forget to become the newest Theme Park Prediction subscriber. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.